Hello guys, welcome back to Civil Engineering YouTube channel. Please subscribe our channel for daily civil engineering videos. Today our lecture is about the density of engineering materials. What is density and how we can define the density? So I would like to explain the concept of density in a very simple and easy way. So density can be defined as that it is the ratio of mass over volume. So the unit of the mass is kilogram and the unit of volume is cubic meter, or we can say the unit of the mass is pound and the volume is foot cube or cubic foot. So we can define the different units of density and according to our need. So let's consider that we define our density in this lecture in the unit of kilogram per cubic meter. So we define that the density is equal to the mass per unit volume. So what does this mean? So it means if I consider this is any cube and the cube is the dimension of 1 meter, and the depth or the height of this or the thickness of this cube is also 1 meter. So the total volume of this cube is 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter. So the total volume is 1 cubic meter. So now the density can be defined as the mass of a material present in 1 cubic meter volume is known as the density of the material. So now let's consider the density is represented by rho. Rho is equal to the mass over volume. So I consider that the mass of the material present is, let's suppose, is 10 kg. Mass is present in 1 cubic meter volume. So we can define the density is equal to the 10 kg mass is present per unit volume. This is known as the density of this material that is present inside this box. It may be asphalt, it may be concrete, it may be bitumen or any material, but the density is 10 kilogram per cubic meter, or simply we can say 10 kg per cubic meter. So this is known as the density of a material. The weight of the material, the mass of the material present in the 1 cubic meter volume is known as the density of the material. Now similarly, we have an important engineering materials where we should know the density of this material. So the cement density is, this is rho is the density. So the cement density is 1440 kilogram per cubic meter. This is the density of the cement. The density of the PCC or plain cement concrete is 2400 kilogram per cubic meter. The RCC or the reinforced cement concrete is the density of 2500 kilogram per cubic meter. It means that the 2500 kilogram of mass is present in 1 cubic meter of volume. If we have this 1 cubic meter volume of the box, then it will have mass of RCC of 2500 kilogram. Similarly, the bricks have the density of 1600 to 1750 kilogram per cubic meter. This is the general range for the brick density. The AAC block has the density of 450 to 850 kilogram per cubic meter. The sand has the density of 1450 to 2082 kilogram per cubic meter. So these are the general densities of these materials. Now we can also use these densities in order to find out the self weight of the material. If let's suppose this is my beam, this is the beam, and I want to find out the self weight of the beam. So I know the dimension that this is width, this is the thickness, and this is the length of the beam. So this is the volume we consider, the thickness, width, and the length of the beam. So this is the volume of this beam, and we know that the self weight can be found out equal to the density of the material that is made of. Let's consider that this beam is made of the PCC. So the density multiplying with the volume will be the self weight of this beam. So self-weight of this beam is equal to the density is, let's consider this is PCC. So we know the density is 2400 kilogram per cubic meter multiplied by the volume. Let's suppose we find the volume of this in the unit of cubic meter. So cubic meter will be cancelled, and there will be some volume value. We should multiply these values to, we get the unit of kilogram. So we get the self-weight in the unit of kilogram, and then we can divide this value by 1000 in order to find out the self-weight in the unit of tons. So this is the way how to find out the self-weight of the beam. So in different situation, we need this row of the materials, or we can say the density of the engineering material. Hope you guys understand, and don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily civil engineering videos. Thank you for watching our video.